Hey Aquanuts, I have been getting the question a lot. What do you do with your pump and filter when it's cold outside? What do you do with your pool when it's cold outside? Well, I've got the answer. But first, a little bit of hot chocolate. Let's take a look at weather.com. We have got an historic winter invasion, kind of like aliens. You see this little cold front coming down here into the Texas area. In the central Texas area, we have got 7 degrees, 25 degrees, 19, 16. Anyway, all of this in the central Texas area is below freezing. And from the messages that I've been getting, you guys are not used to freezing weather down in the Texas area. So I'm going to tell you what works and what doesn't work to keep your pipes from freezing. And that is to run your pump. What doesn't work is to try to wrap it up with blankets and whatnot. Let's take a look at some of the pictures that I've got from my personal pool back in 2018 when it froze up. As you can see, the fountain has started to freeze over and the top of the pool has started to freeze over. There's a little bit of a jet right there. It's the only return in the pool. Where water is moving, it will not freeze. Over here, you've got an area around the fountain that is also not frozen because, again, the water is splashing down on it. Let's go ahead and find the most frozen picture. And right here, this is where it was the biggest. We had a huge clump of ice right off of the water fountain, and I never turned this off. Not to backwash, not to check to see if anything was okay, nothing. I did not turn the pump off. I left it running, and as you can see, the bottom of the fountain, there is a big space right here where the top of the pool is not frozen. Also, where the one jet is in this pool, it's shooting out, and where the water is moving right here, it is not frozen at all. Now, in this picture, you are seeing me stand on top of a pool. The ice is about 2 inches thick right here, which is the reason why I'm able to stand on it, because we got a little bit of thick ice. Now, I did video this. Let's take a look at that. All right, guys, this is the most frozen one so far. I can walk on the top of this pool. Oh, there you go. It broke. As you can see, I was having a bit of fun there. Let's look at this pool again. Why is the pool frozen and I'm okay with it? Why is this okay? This pool was okay because they never turned the pump and filter off. There was always water moving. We always kept that filter running 24/7. And as the water got sucked through the skimmer, it ran through all of the pipes and back into the pool. So underneath this ice, the water was always moving. So it was okay. We never had to worry about this pool because the pump and the filter was always on. With that being said, let's look at some more unfortunate situations. This picture right here had a small drip right at the union that goes into the filter, but the pump was always on. This particular pool had 3 pumps and they were on, except for the booster pump, which you can see in the background there. That one was the only one that's not on, but it's a booster pump, so water was constantly being pushed through the booster pump. And the reason why this is fine, even though it looks bad because there's ice there, this is on the outside. It's not on the inside. So if there can be ice on the outside of the pipes, and that's fine as long as the water is moving on the inside of the pipe, you're going to be okay, especially if you are in an area that doesn't get a lot of cold and you are only experiencing cold weather for a short period of time. I'm talking about a week or 2 weeks. You're going to be fine. Just keep that pump running. Now, if you are in an area where it is going to be sub-zero for an extended period of time, you might want to consider winterizing your equipment. What that means is you go out, you turn everything off, you take all of the freeze plugs or drain plugs out and drain the whole system, the pump, the filter, the salt cell, anything that has water in it, you drain it. You take all of the plugs and you put them in the pump basket so you know where they are. The most unfortunate pictures that I have to show you are this one right here. This is a Hayward super pump. Somebody turned it off, and if you turn off a pump while it's freezing, you're going to get what we have here, which is the pump basket area completely frozen. Now, I was able to work with it, and I was eventually able to get this pump working, but they turned the pump off, which was the wrong thing for them to do. Here's the worst. As you can see right here, the entire pump filter area is completely covered in ice. Why did this happen? Well, they turned the system off and then they turned it back on again while it was freezing. We were able to save this one also. We were able to get the ice off of the pipes. We were able to warm the pipes up enough so that we could get this system working. Once the system was working, we told the homeowner, hey, don't turn the pump off again and just let it run. Once the system was working, it was fine. So here is the answer to the question. If you are in an area that doesn't normally freeze, you will be fine even if the temperature drops to the low teens, to just leave your pump and filter on and running. Open up the valves, get your flow running through all of your water features. As you could see in my makeshift water feature, I never turned it off. It froze with a huge block, but the water continued to move. So my pipes never bust. As long as there's water moving in those pipes, it's not going to bust. Now, in certain areas, it is simply not true that if you have the pump running 24/7 that the pipes won't freeze. And I'm talking about areas like Canada where it drops below zero and stays there for a prolonged period of time. If you have any concerns whatsoever, go ahead, turn your pump off, and take out all of the freeze plugs and winterize it. If you are in the southern area like Texas, you are most likely going to be fine just leaving the pump running 24/7 at a fast speed if it's a variable speed pump. You should have already gotten a variable speed pump, but run it on a fast speed and you will be fine. Putting stuff like blankets and noodles and wrapping it in a scarf, that doesn't work. The reason it doesn't work is because those types of things are meant to keep heat in. And with cold water, there's simply no heat to keep in. Water's running through those pipes and the water might be 35 degrees. That noodle is not going to warm the water up. It's going to be 35 degrees no matter if you have that noodle on or that sweater on it or what. So you have two options. If you're in the Texas area, just leave your pumps running unless you are freaked out about it. If you're freaked out, then turn it off, take all of the plugs out, drain all of your equipment, put all of the plugs in your pump basket, and just wait it out. Wait it out until the temperature raises. But that's all I got for you guys. Thank you for watching, and I hope that I've set your mind at ease. You don't have to go out and do anything crazy at 3 a.m. just because it gets a little bit cold out, as long as your pump is running. So let me know in the comments if this has been helpful, and if you have a frozen over system in Texas, let me know that too. I'd be really anxious to see some photos of that. Get in contact with me. I'd love to see some photos or videos of your pool, and maybe I'll use it in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Oh, hit the like, subscribe, share button, all of that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. It's good hot chocolate.